So, makes a lot of sense. The exciting part is we get to see Chovy's LeBlanc bolstered by Peanut's Vi, so really quite a similar composition. A little bit more oriented towards individual pickups with this Vi and with the LeBlanc, but overall I think going to play largely the same. For Dplus, Showmaker will have a lot more playmaking potential, and the power of Kana on his, I'd say, signature pick, hopefully helping out a little bit, because he was not really anywhere to be seen. We've seen Casantas really take control of team fights in the previous game. That just didn't happen the way that I think they were looking for.
Yeah, Can had a bit of a roughie in game one. Let's see whether he can turn it around as we move toward the Dplus Kia side of Lolpark, because it sounded a bit louder in my head. We'll see. They are set up here towards this bottom side once again. Showmaker spending some time with his bottom lane.
It's important. You don't always see that much of each other, and you need to keep...
It's about camaraderie.
A tight relationship, yeah.
You also need to rely on your mid laner a lot. There is a reason why the top lane isn't off. Let's see how this one's going to go. Chains go wide the first time around. I'll have to check in on this lane a fair bit, as of course LeBlanc versus the Sylas is something that's been picked into the Sylas in the past, but certainly did fall out of favor just a little bit towards the end of last year.
Also note, Kane again going for the to clean up.
Imagine if like abilities stayed on the ground.
Oh,
every
horrible
single game. It would all just be, everything would be covered in glitter.
Ooh.
All right.
Peanut dodging the Tri-Burst ward.
Yeah, we'll see whether Canyon and Canna can make this one work, as Peanut's going to move on in. There is first blood going over to Dplus Kia, and Peanut is just going to evacuate.
Pretty underwhelming.
Yeah.
Was expecting a bit more there. Didn't come to fruition. Some disjointed play perhaps there from Doran Peanut, as not quite sure.
That sort of stuff.
I feel like you're...
It's relatively slow moving, this game. It's relatively slow moving.
In some trouble here.
Yeah.
The problem is that we kind of ran out of all our topics after Challengers.
Yeah, it's true. And a lot of those topics, you know, you shouldn't move them towards the LCK. That's what is somewhat of a difficulty. As Canyon's going to make his way over. They found the distortion, and Showmaker picks up the kill. Oh, man, I thought it was a lull state for a second there, and immediately in comes Bristle and saves us.
Beautiful timing there from Canyon. Able to catch Chovy as unaware as we were. Immediately throw down the Herald towards mid. Save Showmaker from this rough early lane.
In the mid lane, so definitely indexing very, very heavily into winning the lane. As now Deft is in trouble. Pays is going to cleanse the exhaust. Gallon trying to stand in front as Deft gets to relative safety, but the cat is not going to be so lucky, and Pays just runs at the bottom lane of Dplus Kia and wipes him out.
And we have seen that the Zeri Lulu lane can be deceptively strong post level 6. In the 2v2, Kellen used his ultimate crucially on that mid play, right? And Gen G's bot lane, very cognizant of that. Hard force and all in, knowing that they have ult advantage, and as a result, take down Deft. Or take down Kellen rather, Deft without summoners as well. Also really nicely done there. Peanut actually keeping him away, kind of zoning him off as... Ooh, Showmaker.
Yeah, Worldbreaker comes in. There's the flash to make sure they have the chain CC, and you're welcome. It's exactly the same treatment, this time from Chovy and Peanut, to what Showmaker and Canyon just did to Chovy.
I'm starting to be very positively surprised by what Gen G is doing early.
Going to be attempted by Gen G. Showmaker moving on over, finds a control ward. Chovy is there, and lined up as well. Yeah, exactly. Information advantage feels to be on Dplus Kia's side. Gen G are grouped up and ready for this.
No flash, neither AD carry.
Yeah. And kind of not going to get stunned up or snared by the chains. It's now Showmaker. He has a cease and desist available. Last time around, Canyon did manage to steal this. This time, Peanut locks it down as there's the Glacial Prison. Pays has the cleanse as the Cassante is going to fall immediately. We saw a very similar thing happen in the last game, but Dplus Kia managed to also secure the Herald. This time around, not so. They are going to guard the eye to deny Peanut picking that one up.
Gen.G able to get the final smite.
All right, yeah, Peanut going to dive on top here. That's too much damage, and the Silas is going to fall. Pays looks for the extendo beam. Canyon flashes. He's got a cat as well. But already they managed to take down Showmaker, who's just been prevented from having a good time this game.
Got hit by fire and then polymorphed, man.
Yeah,
they can't play the game.
What's she supposed to do?
Well, not a lot. Gen.G looking so good here. Very proactive.
In comparison to Gen.G this time around, if they do find themselves in an even scenario, but I think if Gen.G play it out the way their comp wants it to, we're not going to have the same style of fight. It's going to be more of this cloak and dagger. As Chobi doing a bit of that, is going to have to flash though, as we can see. Final chapter comes down. They look for the LeBlanc, and they should be able to grab her. Canyon locks down that kill. Now Cannon with a fantastic Nava. He gets polymorphed though, and he hops away. Mega Gnar going to be incoming here. As now without Chobi, Gen.G are really going to struggle to hold on to this Drake, and they understand that. They do back away. Ulti times out from Pays. And the first cloud will be given to Dplus Kia.
A little bit of vintage Caster Curse.
Love
right
to
there.
see it. Yeah, love to see it.
I haven't finished my sentence, or he gets immediately picked off. That was a little scary, as in that smite, so a bit worried there.
Speaking of worried,
I think it should be okay. There's no wave, so diving there would be fairly ambitious. And nicely done by Dplus. Canyon and Kellen together. More than enough damage, or more than enough CC rather. Oh, this is still going.
Yep, they're going to try and save this turret. Cease and desist going to be used onto Peanut. A taste of his own medicine, if you will, as Doran pushes them all away, and it's Canyon that's the first target. Peanut taken down low as Showmaker just wants to escape, just wants to get out of here, but he's not going to be allowed to. It's a double kill for Doran on this Cassante as Gen.G get the kill lead.
And an over-investment from Dplus. This is just going to be Baron again.
Another one.
This is the same thing that happened last time, but worse.
Yeah, because this time Canyon's not there to try and force some sort of 50-50.
Man, knock up, or knock in rather there from Doran.
It was absolutely beautifully done. And Def, all he gets is a mid-wave for it. So this is the Baron. It's going to be taken down. Pace sitting at full health. Very happy to...
Oh, no.
Oh dear.
Okay,
never mind.
We'll be fine for now, but when the next wave comes in with the Baron buff, this turret sure to fall. They're still holding on here. Do have a Sivir. Hitler is very good as teleport comes in.
Yeah, they should be able to get rid of the rest of these minions though, as Doran's going to get bonked into. With that Arctic Assault, Showmaker finds some chains. Permafrost is going to land as Canna looking for that backline, but Peanut's already taken down the Silas. Pays with the ulti running, is now running away from Canna, who does have the ulti. Is the crush combo going to be there as Canyon moving on in, doesn't have ult. So they're not going to be able to do too much more, as I believe Pays also managed to get that red buff, adding insult to injury. They got what they wanted. Top inner turret does fall in favor of Gen.G. And as this Baron buff wears away,
and gets a multi-man lineup.
Yeah, well, Showmaker seems to have found him yet again. Let's see what Doran's going to be able to do to get out of this one. The answer is not a whole lot just yet, as Showmaker picks up the Vi ultimate. And Peanut now lurking off to the side. This is soul point for Dplus Kia as Chovy diving on in, getting some poke damage. Doran softened up, but now Pays is going to turn up. In goes Canna, gets a gnar, but it actually doesn't do anything at all. He gets cease and desisted, and he has to say yes as Doran dives into the backline. Def has to flash, and the team fight has been ripped to shreds. Def not going to be able to do anything here as the Vault Breaker is enough to get Peanut in. And Showmaker finds himself the last man standing alongside Kellen. Pays going to rip through him, and then Cassante picks up the KS to finish it off.
What a fighting sense here for Gen.G. Peanut really showcasing his form here today. Getting the split-second interrupt on Kana, trying to hard force. And again, gonna echo Dplus. Their game sense generally something that really impresses me. And right now, they just don't look to be on the same page.
No, they're being read like a book. Look at this, like, they knew exactly what Canna wanted to do before Canna even started to do it.
Look at this interrupt from Peanut.
Yeah. Oh, goodness. That was,
it's the Q and then the C.
That might have even been a mistake. Because he Vault Breakered away from the Gnar, and then Canna flashed in front of the Vault Breaker and got interrupted.
I'm calling calculated.
No, I think
I'm giving it to him.
We should definitely call calculated, but if it's not, then that's really sad.
Hey, you know what you have to be as well to be a great competitor?
What's that?
Luck.
We can have a look at him playing with the helicopter. Nah, he's back to mini nah. Genji going to come on over and grab themselves a free Baron by the looks of things. 9,000 gold in the lead is going to afford you that right. They will tidy it up extraordinarily quickly.
I gotta say, Atlas.
This is not the 3-0 I was expecting this evening.
3-0?
Sorry, 2-0.
Well,
I'm so used to
I know.
DK Genji and best of fives.
Yeah, because if you told me up front Genji's gonna win, I would have said sure. Makes sense. Genji is a great team. This is a big test for them, and their passing flying colors does make sense. But them basically clapping Dplus for anything but like the first, what, 15 minutes, 20 minutes of the first game is somewhat shocking.
Yeah.
And Genji showcasing that all of us, I think, had them on third place for the LCK. Dplus and T1 just looked on a whole nother level. Right now, that isn't the case. There's barring some major missteps from Genji, not a lot I think that DK can do here. Canyon is looking for a flank on Pace, but he does a flank. He still has cleanse, he still has flash, right? Pace is like, haha.
Yeah, they don't get too worried about it as Canuck gets forced into Mega Gnar yet again. Deft might be able to get a red buff. As Genji just going to push down this bottom inhibitor. Not looking like there's a whole lot they can do about it as well, as Kanna's going to get his Gnar off into this wall, but it's Storin. He's so extraordinarily tanky. Peanut as well. Not too bad in his own right. Showmaker grabs a cease and desist. As Pays, Mike. Oh, there we go. They turn it on to Chovy. Let's see whether they can actually do some damage to Pays, though, because he is the one doing everything here for Genji. Peanut going down very, very low, and the Prowling Projectile does land onto the Vi. Doran just frontlining beautifully, and Pays is just huge. I mean, what's he supposed to do? Doran popping off in the backline as well as the wallop goes entirely wide. And if they don't kill the Zeri, they cannot win the fight. And Pays shows them exactly why. That's a quadra kill in the end, and they'll say goodnight to this game. 2-0 for Genji. We use statement quite a lot, but this is absolutely that. After so many were saying this team was third place, they're now second.
And they didn't get second by beating one of the lower tier teams. They got second by beating their direct competitor in a stomp of a 2-0 Atlas. Beautifully done here by Genji. Truly firing on all cylinders in game number 1. First half of the game doesn't go that well. In game number 2, they adjust. Peanut is